What up, Uma fans? Today, we're going to be checking out TM Opera, the conqueror of Umamusume. Thank you, Pyrrhixz, for creating this amazing video. Let's go ahead and get started.
It's horse racing pertaining to each.
Oh, well, hello.
There's a saying in Japanese horse racing pertaining to each of the Triple Crown titles. The Satsuki Sho is won by the fastest horse, the Kika Sho by the strongest, and the Tokyo Yushun by the luckiest. At the time of writing this script, from 1941 to 2025, only 8 racehorses have achieved the legendary Triple Crown title, with 5 of those horses being before the year 2000. These 5 racehorses would be Saint Light in 1941, Shinzan in 1964, Mr. CB in 1983, Simbali Rudolph in 1984, and Narita Bryan in 1994.
The
Japanese Triple Crown consists of 3 races of varying lengths. The Satsuki Sho at 2,000 meters, the Tokyo Yushun at 2,400 meters, and the Kika Sho at 3,000 meters.
Oh my gosh.
Differing distance.
Okay, so like here in those distances back to back, it makes sense why the injury rate is so high. Dude, that's a lot of running at a lot of top speed. Oh my goodness.
Is the first of many hurdles a racehorse will face when contesting this Triple Crown title. These 3 races are also home to some of the most fierce competitors of their era, making winning all 3 competitions a test of pure strength and racing capability. These racehorses can't simply waltz into these races either. Strict regulation were in place to have horses qualify by winning preliminary races. They had to prove themselves before ever setting foot on the turf. In addition, this title is limited to 3-year-old horses only, meaning there's only one shot to even attempt to seize this title. In previous videos, we've covered up-and-coming stars who contend for the Triple Crown title, several examples being Agnes Tachyon, Tokai Teo, Mejiro McQueen, and Mihono Bourbon. Even if a competitor isn't able to seize all of these titles, it's rare for their competition to be so fierce that it redefines a horse racing era. Today, we'll be covering a story that did just that. A racehorse who, alongside Admire Vega and Narita Toproad, will show the audience one of the most fierce competitions to claim the Triple Crown, only to continue on and cement himself in horse racing history. This is the story of TM Opera O, the conqueror of the century's end. TM's racing career is highlighted in 2 series of the Umamusume anime. These include TM's debut and first year of racing in Road to the Top, and his dominating career that follows, which is displayed in Beginning of a New Era. The name of the movie itself pays tribute to the end of TM Opera O's legacy, and the induction of a new era of race horses. Some Umas in the series have very brief racing careers, while others stack tens of hundreds of races under their belt. The one unique thing about TM Opera O's career is the sheer domination that will follow a fierce
It's like I learn something new each video we go through.
Competition for the Triple Crown title in 1999. Road to the Top would convey a message that strong competition would bring out the absolute best of a racer's capabilities, and that statement holds true for the 1999 Triple Crown series. TM Opera O was born on March 13, 1996 at the Kineas Ranch in Urakawa, Hokkaido. TM's sire was Opera House, a famous racehorse from Great Britain. He had earned the title of European champion in 1993 after winning multiple G1 races. Just like Sunday Silence, an American racehorse that would be brought to Japan, Opera House's strong racing capabilities made him a contender to be a breeding stallion, leading to his transfer in 1994. The TM in Opera's name are the initials of Masasugu Takezono, the president and owner of TM Kinen. Takezono would be the one to bring Opera House to Japan and begin the process of turning him into a breeding stud. Opera is in honor of his sire, Opera House, and the O signifies king in Japanese. This is a common suffix used in Japanese racehorses' names, with another prime example being Sakura Bakushin O. Despite the impressive display of dominance TM would show in future races, the start of his career would come with a few roadblocks. TM debuted on August 15, 1998 at the 2-year-old newcomers race where he'd placed 2nd overall, a staggering 6 lengths behind the winner classic stage. This race would also result in TM having to rest for 3 months due to a leg injury following his debut. Though his first race was on a turf-based track, TM's following 2 races would be on dirt, where he'd suffer a 4th place finish before earning his first victory at the 3-year-old make debut. At this point, it was clear that TM had potential, and so his trainers aimed to condition him to be up to par to participate in the classic races that followed.
What was the handoff? Is this a team sport?
So his trainers aimed to condition him to be up to par to participate.
Oh no, it's not a team sport. Okay, I'm assuming, somebody let me know, that is like one of their team members that came on to the grounds to give them something. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. Somebody let me know what that handoff was for.
The participation of TM Opero in the classics wouldn't have been possible had he been born several years prior. At the time of TM's career in 1999, a major rule change had hit the JRA, all thanks to the legacy of one Ashen racehorse, Oguri Cap. This rule change I'll explain shortly, but the gratitude of Oguri's legacy and his impact on TMs are personified in Road to the Top, where TM Opero expresses her gratitude for Oguri's belief in her racing capabilities. The inclusion of Oguri witnessing Opero's races are also a tribute in itself, the rule change being implemented a year after Oguri Cap's retirement in 1991. Oguri Cap needs no introduction, and deserves a whole documentary-length video just for his staggering career in the future. However, I'll summarize it briefly to emphasize the impact he left on the racing world. Oguri Cap was denied entry into the classics in 1988 due to his failure to register the previous year. This was a requirement at the time by the JRA. However, due to Oguri's sheer dominance against strong competitors and his sudden boom in popularity, public outcry soon ensued not only by fans, but fellow critics, trainers, and jockeys alike.
They know who the GOAT is.
Petitions were signed, attempts were made, and negotiations set to mend the rules and allow horses who miss a registration date to still be able to show their talent against Japan's best in the classics.
Hey, public outcry, it works. Voice your opinion, it works. They're censoring the internet. You should send some emails. It works, hopefully.
Unfortunately, for Oguri Cap, he'd be denied entry to participate.
Damn, never mind.
The JRA refusing to mend these rules so suddenly.
Never mind.
This didn't stop the public from pushing the matter, and the sheer support of Oguri Cap was so strong that the JRA could not simply sweep this under the rug. The pressure built up to the point where the JRA changed this rule in 1992, allowing racehorses a late registration into the classics,
so it does work.
Albeit with a highly
Remember everybody, bullying works.
Inflated price. This change would be referred to as the Oguri Cap system following its implementation. Iwamoto, TM Opero's trainer, was insistent to pay this hefty fine to showcase TM's capabilities against strong competitors. By this point, TM Opero had already met the requirements to join the classic races, having achieved a first-place finish at the Mainichi High on March 28, 1999. Takezono, due to TM's potential and Iwamoto's belief, would pay the 2 million yen fee to register TM Opero into the classics.
So
the original plan was to train TM to compete in the Tokyo Yushun. This would mean missing the Satsuki show, which would take place on April 18, 1999. Takezono expressed concern with such a high-level race being so close to TM's Mainichi win. Once more, Oguri Cap's legacy would impact the trajectory of TM's career. Despite Takezono's doubt of TM's capabilities for the Satsuki show, Tsutomu Setoguchi, Oguri Cap's trainer, encouraged him to compete. And so, on April 18, 1999, TM Opero would enter the racecourse alongside his jockey, Ryuji Wada. TM would be placed against 2 strong competitors in this race, Narita Top Road and Admire Vega. TM, against all odds and at the disbelief of Iwamoto, would surge to the front of the pack within the final leg of the race, surpassing Vega and Top Road claiming a win at the Satsuki show.
Let's go.
This didn't only mark a major victory for TM Opero, but also would be a moment in horse racing history. TM Opero would be the first late registered horse under the Oguri Cap system to seize a victory at the classics. This also was a historic moment due to Ryuji Wada, TM's jockey, being the youngest jockey in history to claim a classic victory.
Let's go.
This victory, however, did come at a cost.
What
TM had been badly beaten by the sheer amount of whipping Wada had given him in the final spurt.
Damn!
Iwamoto, displeased with this level of mistreatment, would scold Wada, resulting in a shift in his riding method with TM Opero. This method will rely more on Oppero's final leg of the race, and seizing victory at the very last moment. As the year progressed, TM Oppero wouldn't be able to find his footing in order to claim another win. From the Tokyo Yushun, held on June 6, 1999, to the Arima Kinen, held on December 4, 1999, TM would see second and third place finishes overall. Despite TM's inability to claim the Triple Crown title, his participation in the classics alongside Vega and Top Road would bring in thousands to the racecourse. Vega would seize victory at the Tokyo Yushun, while Top Road claimed the victory at the Kika Show later on. This will result in these three racehorses being seen as one of the greatest rivalries for the classic titles. Clearly displayed in Road to the Top, the rivalry was definitely something that drew in crowds by the thousands. Despite the popularity of TM during 1999, the lack of victories frustrated Takezono, resulting in the demand to remove Ryuji as TM's jockey. Several losses were attributed to Ryuji's inability to make critical decisions as the race continued against strong competitors. For example, the defeat in the Kika Show would be due to Ryuji's inability to properly pursue Narita Top Road and keep a lock on the first place position, resulting in a late surge and a lackluster performance. Iwamoto would stand by his pupil, stating that he'd retire training TM if Ryuji was replaced. Begrudgingly, Takezono will retain Ryuji's position as TM's jockey, ending his classic career in 1999. Though Takezono had doubt of Ryuji's synergy with TM, the following year would prove to shatter all expectations. Entering the new year, Ryuji would continue to jockey TM Oppero from the beginning of his career all the way into retirement. TM's nickname, the Conqueror of the Century's End, would surface after an undefeated year of racing in the year 2000. Up until this point, it was unheard of for a racehorse to win consecutive races at this degree. Each of TM's races were either medium or long distance tracks, having participated in every graded race possible in the year 2000.
Noted.
TM would also display a back-to-back victory in both the autumn and spring Tenno Show, a feat only accomplished 2 times prior. These previous victories being with Tamamo Cross and Special Week. TM's wins of every possible graded medium and long distance race is still a record undefeated to this day.
Really?
In addition,
Legend.
TM would set a record with 8 undefeated races in the year 2000, as well as the most G1 victories in a year being 5 in total. One of the most notable races for TM would be his participation in the Japan Cup, resulting in a first place victory.
Let's go.
This would mark the 3rd consecutive win of Japanese racehorses, adding to the victories of El Condor Pasa and Special Week in the past 2 years.
2 lengths to make up, and here comes fantastic light. This is for the Emirates table. Mishidono hit the front.
Come on, 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 come on. What? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, 5 million yen, baby. Bring it home, the
TM's
money.
exceptional performance would also allow him to set a record for the highest earning racehorse in history, taking home a total of 1.8 billion yen.
Damn!
This record would stand until 2017, when
How much is that in US dollars?
Kita-san Black would barely surpass it. These victories also showcase a strong bond between TM and
adjust for inflation too.
Ryuji. Unsurprisingly, the undefeated year would lead many to see them as one of the most iconic jockey-horse duos in Japan. As beginning of a new era showcases, TM's dominating legacy would allow other strong competitors to be born to challenge his reign. These being Jungle Pocket, Agnes Tachyon, Manhattan Cafe, and an Uma displayed as TM's best friend, Meisho Dodo. Entering the year 2001,
There's still so many Umas that I just don't know yet.
TM, much like his 1999
I feel like by the end of this, I'll be not an expert, but I'll know so much more about Japanese horse racing than I could have ever imagined.
racing career, would see a mix of placements overall. Of the 7 total races he participated in during 2001, he'd only placed first in 2, with the lowest placement being his final race at the Arima Kinen. Originally, TM's trainers had planned to set the record for most G1 victories after the undefeated year in 2000. TM would have 7 total G1 victories in his career, tying the current record. However, Meisho Dodo would upset the chances of breaking this record, by defeating TM at the Takarazuka Kinen on June 24, 2001. TM would retire following his race in the 2001 Arima Kinen, ushering in a new era of horse racing. TM's dominating race history will result in him being named Horse of the Year in 2000. And in 2004, he'd be inducted into the JRA Hall of Fame.
Let's go!
Unlike the other horses we've covered in past videos, TM Opero didn't see much success as he became a breeding stud in retirement. Being from a lineage of European horses, TM's career was a miracle in itself. TM's pedigree is suited for horses being raised and raced outside of Japan, and due to this, many of TM's offsprings were unremarkable in performance on Japanese race courses. Sadly, due to this fact, interest quickly declined over time due to the unsuccessful offspring TM sired. For the remainder of his life, TM enjoyed
unsuccessful offspring
retirement away from the race course.
Man.
He passed away suddenly at the Hakuban Bokujo farm in Hokkaido at the age of 22 years old, after suffering a heart attack. Though his life had ups and downs, TM Opero is still regarded as
Is that just death by natural causes? Is that normal when horses die? It's like heart attack. That's so sad.
one of the greatest racehorses of all time in Japan.
It's always sad.
Even with the inability to seize a Triple Crown, Opero had solidified his capabilities on the racetrack, earning record-breaking amounts and gaining the adoration of thousands. A racehorse who ushered in a new era, personified as a prideful Uma with a love for racing and a desire to stand atop her competition. This was the story of TM Opero, the conqueror of the century's end. Did you enjoy this video, and who should I cover next? Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for joining me, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.
Another amazing video from Pyrrhixz. It's so cool to see and learn about these horses, their legacy, and what they're doing. Unfortunately, this horse is already gone and passed away. So, it's sad to see, sad to hear, but it's cool to learn about the jockey as well. One of the youngest jockeys to find some success in the field of horse racing. It's really, really cool. I find it interesting. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Link in the description, of course. Go check out the original video and the original series, which you probably already have. And I will see you guys when I see you guys, man. Stay safe out here and enjoy the day. Peace.